Hey, welcome back to the Your Financial EKG YouTube page. My name is Drew Blackson. I'm a certified retirement counselor, registered financial consultant, and today I am going to be your virtual financial advisor, helping you get to and through retirement, but also protecting your ability to stay in retirement. Now, this week I had a really interesting meeting with a man. He was 55 years old. He has $2 million in investable assets, and one of his first questions to me was this: "Hey Drew, can I retire?" Now, isn't that the question we all want to know? Can we retire? And at what point, and at what asset level, and at what age can we retire? Now, this gentleman had worked very hard. He was a single man. He had invested very wisely, and now at 55 years old, he had $2 million, and he's asking me the question that everybody wants to know: can I retire? So let me answer that question for you right now. But before we get started, make sure if you're not subscribed to this page, you hit the button below to subscribe. Also, like this video and leave any comments below. All right, so let's get into it. I've got $2 million. I'm 55 years old. Can I retire? Now, here's the thing you have to think about. Out of our $2 million in investable assets, if you want to retire at 55 years old, you have to ask yourself, how is this money invested? What are the tax qualifications behind this money? Because the way your money is invested, the vehicles that they are in, will determine whether it makes sense to retire at 55 or if you should wait to 59. So let me walk you through what I did for this gentleman. So in his case, he had $1.5 million invested in IRA money. Okay, so he had $1.5 million in an IRA. He had $500,000 invested in a trust account. So this was a non-qualified brokerage account. Now let me explain the tax differences on these two and why it's so important to understand that before you walk into retirement. On his IRA, remember, he's 55 years old. So if he were to take money out of his IRA under the age of 59 and a half, he's going to be penalized 10% on whatever he takes out. So if he takes out $100,000, he's going to be penalized 10%. So $10,000 for taking that money out. On your trust account, on his trust brokerage account, you pay taxes on that money every year, on your dividends, on your interest, your capital gains, or you get to write off your capital losses. You can take money out of this account anytime you want. So for this gentleman at 55 years old with $2 million and asking the question, can I retire? We had to do a retirement investing strategy using the Your Financial EKG system. Now let me tell you something. I'm going to show you this in very simple terms, but this was not a very simple case. And if you would like a financial EKG, go to my website, yourfinancialekg.com, fill out your information there. This is what it is. A Your Financial EKG is a complete retirement investment allocation, whatever you want to call it, plan for you. It's fit for your individual. For this gentleman, it was for an individual, or it could be fit for your family. And what it does is it gives you peace of mind knowing, is my money going to last throughout retirement? How do I have enough assets to retire? When can I retire? So let's talk about this. $2 million. I'm 55 years old. Can I retire? So I had to do some interesting planning on this because we couldn't use all this money as income. So I asked this gentleman, how much money in income do you want a year? And so his answer was he wanted $125,000 gross, okay, with taxes, before taxes, every year. So I had to look at this and say, okay, for the next 4 years, we can't touch this without penalty. So if we're going to take $125,000 out, we're going to have to do it over here. How long is that going to last? And can I continue to stay in retirement if I do that? But this money over here, we got to keep growing with retirement investments so that when this money is depleted, we can start using this. Let me show you how we did this, okay? So we've got $500,000. He wants $125,000 a year, okay? And let's say we can earn somewhere around 7%. Now the market over the last 10 years has averaged 13.5%. Over the last 20 years, it's averaged somewhere around 11 and 12. So I'm going to lowball it and say 7%. Now keep in mind, the market's going to do what the market's going to do. So we've got $500,000. He wants $125,000 annually. So that's $10,416 monthly before taxes. Okay, so before taxes. So that's our payment. We're going to earn 7% a year. I want to see how long this is going to last. 10,416. That's going to last essentially 4.7 years. So I'm just using, again, my HB2B calculator, and we know if we've got $500,000, we're able to earn 7% a year. We take out $10,416 a month. That's going to last 4.7 years. So what's that do? That gets him to 59 and a half. And so now at 59 and a half, he can start tapping this money. But this 1.5 has not sat over here static for the last 4.5 years. I showed him, I said, listen, if we can take the 1.5, we can grow it at 7% a year. Okay, and let's do that for the next 4.5 years. Let's do the math. 1.5 4.5, let's say 4 times 12, that's how many payments. 1,500,000 is how much we've got. We're going to earn 7% a year. Let's see, what's our future value? So that would be, so if he had $1.5 million, he earned 7% a year, 4.5 years, he would have roughly $1,983,000. Okay? So essentially almost $2 million. Really, he would have right about $2 million. I'm not even adding any kind of dividends being added back into this. He would have $2 million at age 59 and a half, basically what he started with when he retired at 55. So now at 59, he's able to say, okay, I've got $1,983,000. If I earn 7% a year for the rest of my life, how long is this money going to last? Taken out, again, we want to take out $10,416 a month. Look at my calculator. No solution. I don't know if you can see that. So what that means is he never runs out of money. Now this is a very rudimentary and simple way to do this because there's a lot of other factors at 55 we got to be talking about, like inflation on that number, because in 20 years, 10,416 is not going to be worth 10,416. It's probably going to be worth more like $18,000 or $20,000. So we're going to have to pull more, and the market's not going to just average 7% simple. It's not going to just go boop 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 every year. It's going to be a roller coaster. So there's a lot of other conversations that go into this. But what I wanted to show you is this gentleman with $2 million was wondering, can I retire at 55 years old? And looking at it on the surface, you might have said, no, you can't, because you can't generate enough income from your investments to do that. But with just a little tweak and just some simple planning, he was able to retire at 55 years old. And if you want something like this as well, go to my website, yourfinancialekg.com. Would love to help you answer the question, can I retire? Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Have a great day. Bye-bye.